Hi everyone and welcome back to our ultimate Townie experiment. This is an experiment where I combine every single Townie in the world into one sim to see which features are the strongest in each of the worlds. So I'm planning on doing this in every single world and then we'll combine the results of everything into one sim to get the ultimate Townie of the entire Sims 4. So far I've done a base game and Tomarang when For Rent first came out, but right now we are jumping to Windenburg. It's a pretty big world to go through, quite a few families, but let's take the Munch household for an example if you are still a little bit unsure and new to this experiment. So we have our Sims here, which I will be combining into one, ignoring all of the family relationships, ages, everything. So yes, things get a little bit weird, but they're not really weird. We're just trying to get the average of all of the features in this household. So let's get started with Mila and combining her with Gunther here. And I have an entire chart which is quite complicated for this world, so I'm gonna be following that. So these two need to have a girl, so I'm just gonna be randomizing her once. And I actually did technically do this experiment before and I did quite a few of the worlds, but then I decided to start over because I wasn't really doing it the right way, so we're trying again. And I did talk about this last time when I did this. I always thought that Mila and Gunther were a couple. I did not realize that Gunther was Mila's son. That was a horrifying revelation for me. But okay, let's see what the combination of those two looks like. So let's turn her around and she looks pretty much just like Mila, I guess, which makes sense because Gunther looks pretty much just like her. So this is not really a huge surprise. Maybe a bit of a lighter hair than I expected, but everything else is kind of like, yep, makes sense. So I'm gonna be moving on to Wolfgang and Lucas, who I need to age up to combine those two. And let's do that just now. And I'm gonna have two Sims that are either both a male or a female. I also have the result be the same because that just kind of gives you the best sort of result. So let's randomize this one once and see what we are working with. Honestly, this is not really a huge surprise for me because this is the second time that I'm recording this because the previous footage got a little bit messed up. So I'm not like super surprised at what we're getting, but of course I do need to show you and comment and stuff. So this one looks quite a bit like Lucas, which is a little unfortunate because I feel like Wolfgang looks a little bit better, but still, as far as extremely like random Sims go, this one's actually pretty good. So now let's combine him with our combination of Mila and Gunther. So this will be our final Sim for this household and they need to have a boy. So let's change that real quick and randomize. And we already have quite a bit of possible variation going on with brown hair and green eyes, blonde hair, blue eyes. There's quite a bit that can happen here. So let's see, we have blonde hair and the eyes are going to be, oh, blue, no, green. I feel like this is actually a really good mix of the two. It's a nice sim. The features are really just extremely plain, extremely normal. We kind of lucked out on this one. And since I did record a video of this yesterday already and unfortunately had to scrap it, I feel like this result is much better than the previous one. I don't have it saved so I can show you, but we're already starting off a little bit better than it was yesterday, so that's interesting. So let's move on to the next household and hopefully now you have a better idea of what's happening in this experiment. But now let's go to the Free Spirits household. And this one's gonna be quite quick and easy because we just have two Sims. So let's just combine them and they will have a girl. So let's randomize once. And I feel like we also have quite a bit of variation that's possible in here. So let's see what's gonna be happening. So we have brown hair, although this looks kind of more red, but okay, let's age you up and see. And that is definitely more of a red hair. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see the face and oh wow, okay. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised again because I did see this before, so I can confirm that the results are pretty consistent, which I was wondering about. So there, the more you know. And she does have some skin details, so I'll just get rid of that, but I do need to keep the freckles. So you have these freckles, which also did happen yesterday. So yeah, the results are actually like really consistent. That's good to know. So let's just get rid of all the skin details and give you that back. The hair color I'm a bit confused about because that's definitely definitely red, but it is what it is, so we'll keep that. So that is our sim for the Free Spirits household. And we're already finishing up this first neighborhood with the Fyres household. So let's start with Dominic and combining him with his wife Moira to basically just get their child. They need to have a male child, however. So let's randomize him once. And I do have some questions about this one, but we'll see. Oh, okay, actually, you know what? This is actually a really appropriate mix. I was getting an interesting bug yesterday where whenever I would combine a darker skin sim with lighter skin sim, the child would just come out completely pale, but it looks like that bug is not happening today, so that's good. At least things are accurate. Anyway, let's turn you around and see, and wow, he looks good. He looks so good. Whoa, we're getting so lucky today. So let's just jump to Morgan and kind of do the same thing because we need to combine you. So we have very similar genetic makeups here, so we could have some interesting results, but they need to have a girl since they are both female sims. So let's randomize once and see what's going to be happening here. Okay, so this one did come out really different than the previous one, which is interesting because it's giving us a lot of options. So let's age you up and see what's happening here. Wait, another really good sim. The only thing I'm a bit confused about is the skin tone, but I feel like it's actually a relatively decent mix of the two. So we are really winning, and this sim is also just absolutely adorable. So let's jump immediately to combining it with the other one, and I'm just extremely excited for this. Let me just check, what do they need to have? So these two need to have a girl, so let me change that real quick and randomize once, and this could really just be kind of anything. So let's take it and see what we are getting. Let's age you up. I think that the result is going to be really cute for this one. Let's turn her around, and I mean, wow, I'm shocked. This is low-key, I'm kind of happy that my video yesterday failed because this is going so much better. That's crazy. This sim is absolutely like perfect. I can't believe it. So this is our final sim of the Fyres household. I'm more than happy to take her. So we're finally moving on to the next neighborhood, which would be this little island here, and we'll start with the Bjergsens. And immediately we can know that the result of this one is not really going to be a huge surprise because everyone in this household has pale skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, so the result will definitely be the same, but still we kind of need the average of everyone. So let's randomize this child and see what he's going to be looking like. And let me turn you around, and I mean, he's also a pretty good sim. I'm just getting such great luck today. Well, I mean, his outfit and everything is questionable, but the genetics are good. That's all that matters here. So I'm gonna be moving on to Sophia and Elsa, who I need to age up real quick. She also ages up quite cute, so I feel like we're onto something good again. So let's combine you with your sister Sophia here, so we kind of get the average of the two sisters. So I'm gonna have that to be a female sim. So let's randomize and see what we'll be working with. So let me age her up and turn her around, and the result is really just not a surprise. She's also really cute, and she got freckles. I'm not really sure who's that from. Maybe Sophia has them and I haven't noticed, but she's really cute. So now it's time to combine her with the other sim that we just made, and let me just check. They need to have a boy, so let's change that real quick and randomize. And again, there are not really any surprises here, but still I'm really curious what he's gonna be looking like. I feel like he's gonna be looking pretty good, so yeah, oh my god, this is such a normal sim. He's so cute. He has like the freckles, which is adorable, side profile looking real good. I can't believe how lucky I'm getting today. That's absolutely mind-blowing. So that's our final sim of the Bjergsen household. So let's move on to the next one, which is the Bro household. Another quick and simple one because we just have two sims to combine. So let's bring you two together to have a male child. So let's randomize him once and see what's going to be happening. I really don't see this going wrong because both of them are pretty alright looking male sims. Let's see. I mean, the body type, I haven't really commented much on the bodies. This one is interesting. The hips are so narrow, but alright, let's turn around and see what he's looking like, and he's looking pretty good. I can't really see that much because of the beard, so let me just remove that so I can see. Ooh, oh, okay. His face is like really long, but besides that, if I just did like that, he's such a good looking sim. But of course I can't do that. I have to leave him as he is, but he's like almost really good. So this is our sim for this household. And moving on to the Villareals, which is where things things will probably kind of turn for the worse. But let's start with Jack, who is kind of the main troublemaker here. No spoilers, but this is probably gonna turn interesting. Anyway, let's bring Luna into the mix. And these two need to have a girl, so I'm kind of hoping that Luna's genetics will win, but I have my doubts for a reason. But okay, let's see what we are working with. Oh god, okay, well, I knew it. So, one thing that I learned yesterday is that these tiny little pupils and tiny eyes are really strong genetics-wise, and we'll see how everything turns out in the end, but this is your little spoiler that we might be seeing more of this today. But anyway, let's jump to Hugo, but before that, I need to go to Max and age him up. And it's honestly so weird to see him as a little kid, because this is how I'm used to seeing him because of Claire Siobhan and her using Max in her Dream House series. So I'm really used to him like that, but obviously with CC. I even feel weird using him for this because it doesn't feel like I'm allowed to. It's like Max is, you know, Claire's sim. It's so weird. But anyway, let's combine you with Hugo, and you two need to have a boy, so let's just randomize. Again, not really too much of a surprise what the genetics will be, but kind of the facial intricacies are interesting because Max has very striking features, very strong features, while Hugo is very soft looking, so we really could be having an either or situation. So let's age you up and see what we'll be working with. Let's turn you around, and definitely the soft features, definitely a lot of Hugo features, which I'm not mad about because it's gonna be a lot easier to work with him as more of a like palette cleanser in the final mix. I think that he's gonna be able to balance out any other strong genetics that we might get. Well, to be fair, he's not the final one, so yeah, the balancing out will be happening now because we still need to combine them with this sim, and just kind of pray that the little tiny beady eyes and the tiny pupil will be gone because I'm not really happy about those. But let me just take a little look. What are they supposed to have? So they need to have a girl in the end, so let's change that real quick, randomize once, and just kind of hope for the best, please. Oh, okay. A little cautious because white hair here probably means that you'll have gray hair aging up, which means that the mom's genetics won. So I'm kind of not optimistic for the eyes. Yeah, we have gray hair. Oh, let's take a look. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, I told you. I knew it. And the balance of the face is completely off. I don't really know where the big lips are coming from because none of the Villareals really have them. But the cheekbones, the cheekbones are really stunning, and the nose is just really, really pretty. The jawline is looking questionable, but that is kind of how it goes with Townies, isn't it? That's kind of what the experiment is about, to see how that's going to progress in the future. But yeah, the eyes are definitely here to stay, unfortunately. So that's our final Villareal here. So we are already moving on to the final neighborhood, this town neighborhood with the Partihaus household. And this one's also pretty simple because we just have two couples. So let's start with you, and I'm gonna combine you with Marcus. These two need to have a girl, so let's change that up real quick and randomize it once. And again, the skin tone makes sense. Okay, interesting. I was running into a really strange bug yesterday, but I'm really glad that it's not happening today, so the results are actually accurate. So let's age you up and see what you are looking like. And well, the eyes are huge, but everything else is kind of nice. Her face is just maybe a bit squished, but other than that, she's a pretty alright looking sim. I don't have much to complain about, really. So let's move on to Jade and Paolo to get this side of the household's genetics. So those two will need to have a boy, and let's randomize him. They have relatively similar-ish features, so I feel like the child will look still kind of like this. I don't think that there's going to be that many surprises, but let's age you up and see. I hope that he's cute, and yeah, he looks pretty okay. Wait, he looks really good. And he's definitely having the chin to kind of bring that back into the mix, which I like. So let's see if that's gonna help. And let's combine you with our first sim. So you two do need to have boys, so let's randomize, which is making me kind of optimistic that the chin is gonna stay, but hopefully it'll get at least a little bit smaller. So let's age you up and see what the situation is. Oh, I can see that the chin chin is staying, but it is a relatively reasonable-ish size. I mean, he has a really big chin, really big eyes, but maybe that's going to be helpful for combining you with the Villareal in the end. So maybe we're onto something here. So that's our final party house sim. So we're already moving on to the final household of the map, which are the Behr sisters, which is again going to be a pretty simple one because we just have two sims. So we'll just combine them to get the average of the two of them, which I think is going to be kind of how you would expect it to be because they do look pretty similar anyway. So let's randomize. And oh my god, the teal hair one. No way. I absolutely love that. I'm really excited for that. So let's just turn you around, see what she looks like. And I mean, she's really cute. There's really nothing that you can really say about this. She's absolutely adorable. She's gonna be a great addition to the final mix of everyone. So that is her all finished. So with that, we finally have all of our households finished, which means that we can start combining them. And I also have a little spoiler here, but I'm gonna show you that at the end of my previous results. But we have 8 households here in total, so my chart is a little bit wrong, so I will have to freestyle this a little bit, but at least it's actually a little bit more simple than my chart, so that's kind of good for me. So let's bring in our Munch sim and our free spirit sim, and I think I'll just have them have a boy now just because our last sim there at the Behr sisters was a girl, so I'm just alternating between the two all the time, so we have as much difference as possible. But let's bring in our free spirit sim here, who does have a bit questionable facial proportions, so I'm kind of hoping that this one's gonna balance her out because he actually does look really, really good. So let's just take this one and age her up, see what the combination of the Munch household and the free spirits looks like. And let's turn you around, and he's really good. He looks really good. I mean, he's quite cartoony. His face is like so round, but the side profile's looking pretty great. You can definitely still see the free spirits because the nose was extending outwards quite a lot. This one doesn't really, but you can still kind of see the shape, but the features are really balanced out by the Munch household, so I can definitely see the combination of the two of them in the end. So let's continue bringing in our sims, and we have our Fyres sim and the Bjergsen sim. I'm honestly really excited about these two because they're both really good looking sims, so this definitely can't go wrong, so that's really exciting. So those two will have a girl, so let's randomize her once and see what's going to be happening here. So we have blonde hair happening, and let's age her up, see the face. I am sure that it's going to be pretty good, so let's see. I mean, she's cute. You can definitely see a lot of the Bjergsen's genetics in here, pretty much all that I can see, to be honest, but I'm not mad about it. It's just a bit of a shame that the Fyres household just got completely erased in this one, but it is what it is. So next up we have the Bro household and the cursed Villareal household. So this one's definitely a combination of the two households that have relatively questionable genetics, so I'm worried about the result of this one, not gonna lie, but I don't even mind the super long face. I just really want the eyes to change. So if we can get the face of this one but the eyes of this one, I'm gonna be over the moon. So they need to have a boy. Let's randomize him once and just pray that this works out. Oh, I don't know because blonde means gray, so that means that Villareals are still winning, but let's age you up and see. Definitely a Villareal. I can kind of see the long face. Oh yeah. Oh, but the eyes, we got rid of the eyes. Okay, I'm so happy about that. Unfortunately, we did lose all of the other nice Villareal features, which were like the cheekbones and the nose, but I guess that's okay as long as we're not suffering with those eyes anymore. I did notice that his ears are pointy, which should not be happening, but don't worry about it. I'll get rid of it if the final sim has it because that's not supposed to happen. That's a mod. I can definitely see mostly just the Bro household in this one. Again, I am a bit sad that some of the Villareal's features are gone, but definitely happy about some of them as well. So we're down to the final two households, which are the Partihaus and the Behr household. And these two need to have a girl, which I'm kind of really hoping means that the genetics of this one will carry over because that's an absolutely adorable sim. I'm not really too happy with this one, but it's not too bad. But let's randomize once and see what's going to be happening. So we have white hair, which definitely means teal. What does that mean for the face? Let's take a look. Oh, that's such a cute sim actually. I really like her. She's She's really adorable. I'm really happy with that, really. So we have our 4 final Sims here. So let's go into the final stretch. So we'll combine our Munch Free Spirits household with the Bjergsen Fyres household. And I think I'll have these 2, or well, these 4, I suppose, have a girl. So let's randomize here once and see what's going to be happening. I'm kind of really optimistic about this one, honestly. I really don't see this going wrong. So let's take a look. And okay, this is what we're working with. Still a lot, and I mean a lot of the Free Spirits household is carrying through. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? I feel like a lot of the very extreme features are staying for like generations and generations for sure. So this like jaw and nose area extending forward a lot is what's staying still from one of the Sims in that household. I can't remember what her name is, but that's definitely still happening here from her, which is crazy. Like 4 households combined, and you can still just see features from that one Sim. Even the freckles and the hair color, eye color, I feel like she's still so similar to just that one specific Sim. But now moving on, let's combine our Villareal bro Sim with the Behr and Partihaus Sim, and these 2 do need to have a son, so let's randomize him once. And I think that white hair here means that teal did win again, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. It did. Oh my god, that's so fun. Let's turn it around and take a little look what's happening. And here he is. Well, I mean, I'm not too happy, I have to say, but I can still see that the long face from the bro household definitely carried over. I can't really see anything from the Villareals. The Behr obviously is the hair color, and who else is there? Partihaus. I think that we got maybe the eyes and maybe the lips from them. I'm not really 100% sure. Maybe the skin tone as well. Not too happy, but not too bad, honestly. But that means that we are at the very end of this challenge. So we have our Behr, Partihaus, Villareal, and bro Sim, if I'm correct, to be combined with our Munch, Free Spirits, Bjergsen, and Fyres, is it? So let's randomize for the final time. These 2 will have a girl because the result of my previous video, which was base game, was a male Sim. So let's randomize this one for the final time for the ultimate townie of Windenburg. And oh my god, I think that the teal hair actually won. Can you believe that? Just from that one Sim that had it. That's crazy. Let's age you up into a young adult. I can't even see the hair. That's just so cruel right now. Okay, let's turn it around and see the features. And oh, okay, interesting. So you have freckles, which is really cute. The face is quite long. Okay, you know what? Let's get rid of this coat because we really just can't see anything. Sorry, you'll just be naked there for a little while until we go at you. So that's definitely Yuki's hair. That's definitely something that we can confirm easily. And the general face shape is still just dragging on from the bro household. I can't believe it. But we did lose that Free Spirit side profile, and I'm not really sure who this nose is from. Maybe Villareal, but I don't think so. And the lips I'm not 100% sure about, but I feel like the eyes are still maybe from the Free Spirits. That's so interesting. Is this how you would guess for the final Sim to look? Because this is definitely a surprise to me. And the body type is something that I can confirm is pretty much completely identical to the Sim I made yesterday. I'll pull her in a second so we can kind of compare the 2, but this is pretty much identical, so that's very consistent. The body type just doesn't really change that much as the faces do. So I feel like you would get a completely different result every time that you do this, which I was wondering about. And if I am thinking back on my very first Windenburg results really long time ago, this is really different. So now that she is officially finished, I'm gonna be giving her a really small makeover just because I want her to look a little bit nicer and presentable, because I will be using her in the future eventually once we start combining all of the packs. So she has straight hair naturally, so we'll keep that. Maybe I'll just give you something like that, because I will be keeping her themed just around the stuff from the pack that she comes with, because I feel like that kind of makes the most sense. This hair is really cute, and this one, I feel like I like this for her. So let's not complicate anything. I'm not going to give her makeup because I don't want to cover up her face. So let's just dress you in the things from the pack pack, which honestly isn't really that impressive. The cast for this one is not ideal, is it? But I'm kind of going with the logic since this one came with like stuff for kind of for nightclubs and everything. Maybe let's try to stick to that theme. So maybe something that you would like go out in. So maybe just something like that, and just a simple skirt like that, because I really, oh my god, that's so boring though. I can't dress you in that. It doesn't matter, but still. Okay, let's go in a different direction and just choose this. I know that this is like a really screeching color, but to be fair, so is her hair, so I feel like it kind of makes sense. So let me just give you some shoes, whatever. All the shoes with this pack were not really that good, but this is our final sim of Windenburg. But before we end things, I do need to show you the result that I got yesterday for the video that kind of failed because of some technical difficulties. So this was my result. Also a female sim, combination of everyone, literally the same method that I did today, and look how different she is. The Villareal eyes were strong on this one, but the side profile was still, I'm pretty sure, a lot from this Free Spirits. At least maybe the head shape was. I don't really know about the side profile, but it's still kind of there. So you can see how different they are with literally using the exact same method. But you can see that the body type is pretty much identical, which is interesting. So I think that the bodies mostly carry over the same way, but the face is where things get super interesting. But that is all for our ultimate townie of Windenburg. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave it a like, maybe leave a comment, just so I know that you are enjoying this experiment and so YouTube also knows that you like it. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss any future ones, and I hope to see you there. Thank you for watching. Bye!